Welcome to the Heartland Mamas Podcast. I'm your host, Heidi Henry. The Heartland Mamas Podcast is on all podcast platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, proudly part of the Democratic USA network. Tune in, like, subscribe, and share. So I wanted to let you know, as of today, we have 265 days left to save the USA. 265 days left until the November 5th, 2024 election. So much will be decided here, and I talk to people all the time. Right now people are doing their taxes and they're stunned because the Trump tax cuts that were supposed to affect all of us, for most of us, for about 83% of us, those tax cuts have gone away and our taxes have increased. Mine have increased exponentially. I have fewer write-offs than I've ever had before for my small business. And small businesses that make under $100,000 a year, like mine, we're getting hammered here from the taxes. Now, people can still write off your corporate jet and your corporate jet fuel. I want you to understand that hasn't gone away. However, for most of us, we don't have corporate jets, so we don't need corporate jet fuel. So we're still paying taxes so they don't have to. I just want you to be really clear on that. So that's been one of the things today. But I wanted to talk to you more about, and I'm going to screw up his name because I really was not watching this race very closely. We know that George Santos was unceremoniously, or very ceremoniously, kicked out of Congress, right? Because he was a frickin' psychopath liar about everything from being Jewish to playing professional volleyball or something like that. I mean, the Botox. He was getting Botox and using campaign donations for that. I don't know what you elect Republicans and expect any different. You elect garbage and you get garbage in return. So finally, that part of Long Island elected a new person to take George Santos's place. And listen, you could elect my Pomeranian and have better representation, and she will work for cookies. So, but Tom Suozzi, and I'm sure I said that wrong, a Democrat from New York, won a decisive victory yesterday. Now, a lot of people were watching this race to see how the fall is going for us. And I want you to remember that since Trump took office in 2016, and he didn't win that election. Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by 3 million votes. So I don't want to hear any more about she was a terrible candidate, because she was a very popular candidate. But since then, the Trump team has lost in 2018, 2020, 2022, and we're going to cream them in 2024. Let's face it. But we all got to get out there and do our part, do more than our part to get this done. So he won this decisive victory, which makes it look good for the rest of us candidates, myself included, for this fall. But I heard part of his acceptance speech, his winning speech from last night, and it just struck me that it's everything I have been saying for months now, for years, really. So I'm going to just repeat his words because I think they're so valid and so good and so worth repeating. He said, stop running around for Trump and start running around for the country, for the people. Start working together and find common ground and get on board or get out of the way. Perfect. I could not have said it better, because why Republicans keep going around trying to make Trump happy, and he's never going to be happy. There's no way to make him happy. He is a damaged, shallow, vain human being with a lot of psychological issues, a lot of them. And he is attracted to him people with also that have stuff going on. They've had difficult lives. They've had head injuries. They've had just a whole host of things that have been really hard in their lives, lots of hardships. So they're looking for their champion. They're looking for a bigger bully to defend them, right? So these people have bent over backwards to do everything for Trump and have forgotten completely, Congress, that you serve the people that elected you. You serve the people that elected you, not Donald Trump. He is not a one-man electorate, right? He can't elect people for Congress. He can't, well, for his own district, but not other districts. I mean, he has influence, certainly, I guess. But you have to stop enabling him to be an orange, frustrated little toddler with poopy pants. Stop it. He's not helping you win elections. You are afraid of your bully because he bullies everybody, and you're so scared he's going to bully you that you run the other way and you do whatever you think it will take to get him to not look your way. But American people, voters, you've seen him. You've seen what a disaster he is, not just for himself, but for the whole country. And yet you have these sycophants in Washington from all over the country that'll bow down and grovel and beg and stay out of his way to get their way. Ronna McDaniels, the head of the Republican Party, it's not her fault they lose elections. It's Trump's fault. She just does what he tells her to do. And now he said step aside, so she did. So he can get an even bigger ass kisser in there to kiss his ass and lose more elections. And then he'll blame them because he hires they'll only be surrounded by the best and brightest people, Mike Lindell, bankrupt pillow guy. And then we're surprised that he fires them. I think he's so stuck still in his TV show that when he says you're fired, that he thinks that that's how life really works. That isn't. It isn't. And until the Republican Party will set down this mantle and do the work of the people in real time, when you say we need a border solution and you design it and it's delivered, you got to vote for what you asked for. The Farm Bill, for God's sake, why are we holding up the Farm Bill? We plant in weeks and we don't have a Farm Bill. And it's not going to happen, farmers. You know it. I know it. It's not going to get done in this Congress. Not this Congress. They are too dysfunctional to get on board to do anything. Anything at all. They're unable and unwilling to do the work of the people. When I was a young horse trainer, and I was very arrogant because I was very, very successful, and I had to learn a lot of humbling lessons when I was very successful, because you can't stay at that level forever. The intensity, and I had parenting responsibilities too. You can't be that cutthroat all the time when you've got other stuff going on. But I used to say, get on my train or get off my track. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. The same applies to you Republicans. Lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. We have a country to run here. You're failing us. You're failing all of us. And we've had enough. From the edge of the Great Red Divide, this has been the Heartland Mamas Podcast. I'm Heidi Henry. Have a great day.